What's going on, guys? Fabled here, and today's video continues off the behavior school tales taking place about a week after the selling fake snow video. This one's a banger, so let's get right into the story. Of course, it starts off as a normal day. I woke up, put on my black Pro Club shirt and my black Walmart sweats since we couldn't have any multicolor or branded clothes, and started off my 20-minute walk to the bus stop. I hit my 1 gram ruby that I bought with coins, and when I got there I met up with Isaac for the daily smoke sesh, but instead of the usual Dutch or wood, Isaac pulled out a silicone pipe saying he wouldn't leave it on the bus but try to bring it in with him. Now that meant he was gonna have to shove that down his drawers, and he might have already done it before, but I wasn't questioning shit. Wax eyes always make me feel like a zombie, especially these Fent dispos. So I just needed some tree to even me out. Whatever way I needed to do to get that, I was gonna do it. We spark up, and his little pipe wasn't even bad, maybe a little floppy, but we were too high to care. That shit was funny as hell. We smoked up as the bus arrives, and I'm seeing in 5 frames a second again, just staring out the window, forgetting I have free will. It's cool though, cause we pull up on school and decide to leave my pen on the bus this time, which usually I would hide it in the bushes, but I was a little too high. Maybe I still hadn't woken up all the way or something, but on this day I remember just being completely out of it. So I took that bitch away. I already took most of my acid and didn't have much luck selling the rest of it, since my dumbass decided to front 2 people the day before, one of them who got released from behavior school the next day, and one who just never showed up again. Now, before y'all start talking too much shit, I usually had to front people here because nobody would think to sneak in enough money to buy tabs unless they already knew someone was going to bring something that they could buy. And since I ran up on random people asking if they need that, sometimes I got a front, and usually they paid. But these 2 hoes got away. I took a little loss. Isaac shoved his pipe in his pants though, which was still smelling like straight gas, but we both get through security before grabbing our little paper milk carton, some stale cereal, and an apple or something. We grabbed a table since our bus got there not super early, but early enough for like 2 or 3 tables to have no one there, and we just get to munching. Isaac was still a little paranoid about his pipe, so he goes to the bathroom to try and clean it out a bit. You know, do whatever it takes to get that smell to not go up a teacher's nose. And right as he gets up, that boy Hunter comes crashing down, bug-eyed, greasy hair, and dirty ass fingernails, but the first words out of his mouth being, "You want some shroom pills?" Now this actually intrigued me, since of course I've heard about shroom capsules. In 8th grade I was way too close to ordering a kit on Amazon to make some, but at this point in time, and even to this day, I've never actually seen a real capsule. Hunter's in full sales mode though, saying they were .4s. She'd give them to me for $4 each, meaning if I buy 2, I could get a little trip going. Now of course that wasn't enough to do anything anyways, and with the combined factor of nobody being allowed to hoard more than $10, and me being dead broke to not even have the $8 he's talking about, I really was not trying to get those shrooms. Either way though, I knew I had to get in on the action somehow, since this was the first time I had seen someone other than me trying to sell at the school. And honestly, shroom capsules were the perfect product. They're small, not made of metal, cheap, and everyone on the West Coast knows about shrooms, which is something my acid tabs were lacking, since the majority of people around my age in this city's vape, smoke wax, and occasionally do shrooms. And I say wax instead of weed for a reason, because that ass, there's motherfuckers here that will go through a cart a day but refuse to ever pick up a wood, and that shit's just goofy. I tell Hunter though, I'm like probably not gonna buy nothing just yet, but like show me what they look like, let me see what you working with. So we get up and go over to the bathroom where Isaac was still in there, and he wanted in on the action too. Hunter explained to him what had been going on, and he showed us all the shroom capsules. Now, for anyone that's taking normal or ground up shrooms, you know the color can vary, but they're usually like a brownish black with a little gray or white mixed in. And these capsules look similar to that. The casing was clear with a seam down the middle like it was homemade, and the filling was ground up brown earthy material. Everything seemed to check out. and I was still broke, but Isaac had a little 10 on him. It was really considerate. Hunter said he would even throw us a deal, 6 for 10, which really should have been the first red flag since 2 for 8, but 6 for 10 does not make sense. And you should never trust a plug that drops numbers that fast without you even having to negotiate or anything. Isaac jumps on it though, saying he would split 3 and 3 with me. So he buys them right there in the bathroom, and we just have a perfect amount of time to get them all down before the bell rang. Now, my naive 14-year-old self thought that most plugs at school were all something like how I was at the time, buying extra products than we planned on taking to get better prices, and then selling the rest to make money back, sometimes with a little profit. I was wrong though. At that point, I had never been so in need that I resorted to risking my life and safety by scamming niggas that I gotta see every day. This behavior school is no more than 200 people, and the type of people that were buying shroom pills are not the one that are gonna let that shit go. Hunter was either an OG crash out or just stupid though, because he did exactly that. And it wasn't until I met up with Isaac again in our third period that I really found out what was going on. Now, I've probably been on psychedelics at school more days than not. Now, I would always have a pretty simple routine when I took them, either acids or shrooms, before school. It would be to pop them on the bus right as we pull up to the school, chill during breakfast, and then watch trippy videos or like music videos on my Chromebook during first period as they start to hit in. I know I yap a lot, but what this really means is I know the time period for when these things should hit. And 1.2 grams might not be a lot, but it's definitely enough to feel something. So, as first and second period went by, and I'm about 2 hours in without feeling anything, I knew there was a problem. Third period has started with my PE class where we could either go sit inside with like a little ping pong table in a mini weight room, or go outside to play basketball and or walk around the little fenced area where there's some grass. Today I met up with Isaac in the grass area, where of course we were just walking around. I asked him how the trip's going, and he says he feels a little bit, but not a lot, and that he thought he would have it hit more soon. I still hadn't been feeling shit though, and as we were walking, we passed by a group of 3 Edgars, all middle school age, with the exact same fit and cut on. They heard us talking about tripping though, and asked if we bought shroom pills off Hunter. And Isaac's like, hell yeah, but I just said if that's what you even want to call them, because the only thing I'm feeling is my stomach bubbling. They said they had bought some too though, more than us even. They each had bought 4. They said that their shit wasn't hitting either though. In fact, all their stomachs was rumbling like crazy. They thought they might have gone lace or something. I asked what they paid for it, and as soon as I heard they got 12 for $10, I knew Hunter had been playing us the whole time. I didn't know what exactly was in my body, but at that moment, I was 100% sure that it was not shrooms. Next period was lunch though, which I had with Isaac, Hunter, and these 3 little Edgars, so we all planned to go talk to that man. The rest of the period goes by, where by each second that passes, I feel less and less like I'm tripping, and more like the alien baby was growing inside of me. Lunch starts though, I'm still high, I'm still out of it, the shrooms didn't hit. We all get in line for food, then grab a table while we wait to see Hunter come to the courtyard. The table next to us had some people who I previously sold acid to, and I know they was cool with Hunter, so I went up to ask them if he tried selling shoes to them, and they asked why. Did you take any? Now this pissed me off, because it felt like they knew something I didn't. So I say hell yeah, and I know that shit not really shrooms. Then these niggas go on to explain that Hunter told them on the bus he had brought some diet pills that he was gonna go try to sell off as shroom capsules. They said people ate it up too. Everyone around the school was talking about how they were waiting for their trip to kick in. Now, diet pills is some diabolical shit. I'm not a scientist, I don't know what that shit does to you, but it really felt like I swallowed a whole bottle of laxatives. And I know all the people who took 4 pills had that shit way worse. I think the little stitches though, it go back to my table with this information, where Ed, Eddie, and Edgar did not take that well. These 13-year-olds was pissed, out for blood, and on perfect timing, God's plan, divine karma. We see Hunter walk out the lunch line and turn his back to us, but walk into a different table. And with no words spoken, no asking me or Isaac what to do, the three amigos get up from the table, run behind Hunter, and sneak him in the back of the head. Now, Hunter may have been 6'3", he may have been 19, but in reality, he's still a skinny junkie that didn't stand a chance when caught off guard. After that first hit to the head, all three of them took turns jabbing and kicking Hunter until he fell to the floor, and they each got a couple stomps in before the cops came and took him off. Nobody tried to help, not even his own homies. The last time I saw Hunter was with a bloody face using an old lady to support him while he walked away. After that, the rest of my day wasn't really that bad. I didn't know the Edgars until an hour before this happened, so I didn't care too much about them going to jail. Me and Isaac ended up fine, and I actually got to trip with him for real before I was released. And as for Hunter, he should have known that this was the only outcome of his little plan. I honestly don't feel bad at all for him. Moral of the story though, don't take drugs from random people. But this was Fabled. Like and subscribe if you fucked with this one, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.
Talked on my name, ride this truck in the fall. Planning out a mission, got Taz on the call. Boy wanna snitch, so I ride him in the hall. Ain't give no fucks, Fable really about it all.